the I am named geopolitical politics comes from Meghan McCain, the trust fund baby, one of the more sort of maybe the most entitled stupid person on television. I don't remember the context. What do you guys remember? But she said geopolitical politics a couple weeks ago. It was a funny chestnut. I certainly noticed it. I appreciate that I am noticing it. The conflict. I mean, it is hilarious that you have three members of the panel who are, self-made people. I disagree with plenty of Whoopi Goldberg says. I disagree with what Joy Behar says from time to time, though she probably is my favorite. And then I always forget the third woman's name. Is Sunny what? Sunny Costin. So basically, like all three of these women, Sunny Austin, excuse me. All three of these women are self-made people who have worked in entertainment, television. I think, isn't Sunny also an attorney, I believe? So, and then you have two Republicans on who are the children of prominent Republican politicians. And then Meghan McCain has the like demeanor and, she's sort of like, I don't even know. I mean, she's like a kid in like the Willy Wonka tour or something. And so the conflict between her and Joy Behar is really funny because it's like good versus bad, self-made versus brat, empathetic versus entitled, talented versus shockingly not talented. And Meghan must know this on some level because she really loses it with Joy. And I am amazed every time that Joy doesn't smack her.
It was interesting to me. It was hard for me to watch Marco Rubio and Lindsey Graham in there. Oh, and I know incredible. Marco Rubio came out this morning saying it's not unusual for me to be supporting, as a senator, to be supporting the president as well. But he was sort of negging Lindsey Graham at the same time. And I even tweeted last night.
Who was doing
the president was.
Against
Watch
Lindsey?
The rally. Yes, wow. Please. And he was sort of saying like his poll numbers were so down and now he's here. And I was like, yes. This is what happens. You have to show up at the rally and you have to kiss the ring, and you'll be great politically in the Republican Party. And it was just a weird thing for me to watch. I bet. As all of you can probably understand.
Lindsey is
my father. Also, that's not as good as the last one, but politically in the Republican Party, and who wardrobed her.
It's funny how this is going because she's saying, like, my dad's best friend is, like, hanging out with his mortal enemy. And that's really hard for me. And everyone around the table is like, yeah, damn, sucks.
Yeah,
that
wow,
sucks,
what a shock.
Ugh.
You mean, like, the mortal enemy that you also, like, defend from, like, charges of racism from time to time, and you clearly want to, like, gobble up his tax giveaways because you're another greedy reactionary trust fund baby? Go ahead.
The transformation's complete. That's what I thought last night. Is that your political transformation is complete into a Trumper.
They'll get voted out.
Well, but beyond that, don't belittle the crowds. Don't belittle the enthusiasm. Democrats still have a lot to come because there's a lot of people still enthusiastic. And I was trying to explain because one of my producers this morning was saying, why do people love him so much? And I was like, sometimes it's not just that they love Trump so much. It's that they hate the same things Trump hates. That's what's going on.
Black people, you mean, and immigrants?
No, I mean...
who do they hate? Who do they hate?
You know what, Joy? I really come here every day open-minded just trying to explain it. And it's not a fun job for
But she's asking you to continue explaining.
Yeah, explain it. I guess I'm obviously, and somehow we live in such a deranged world that Meghan McCain could call somebody else elite. But, what do you think? You think that it's like those people who go to rallies and have physically assaulted black people and look like sort of like out of shape Nuremberg shouting at the press and cheer at terrorizing immigrants, that what they're going like, I'll just share Donald Trump's real hatred of the swamp? I think it's a legitimate question because I would go to hate of Mexican people and black people myself, but of course, very triggering for Meghan McCain.
Much. It's that they hate the same things Trump hates. That's what's going on.
Black
as
people,
well.
you mean, and immigrants?
No, I mean...
who do they hate? Who do they hate?
You know what, Joy? I really come here every day open-minded just trying to explain it. And it's not a fun job for me every day.
But who do they hate?
I know you're angry. I get it that you're angry that Trump's president, like a lot of people are.
I'm angry about every single thing he's doing.
But I don't think yelling at me is gonna fix the problem,
Am I
okay?
yelling at her?
I just said that it was hard for me
Am I yelling
to
at her?
watch. Yes, I just said it was hard for me to watch Lindsey Graham,
answer
who I
her-
considered an uncle for a long time.
Yeah, but then
okay?
you're talking about the Trump
But I'm
supporters
trying
as if
to
they don't have
explain
any.
why
Okay, so
2020 is not in the bag for you.
But an
It's
answer
not.
to the question, who did they
okay,
hate?
guys, okay.
Oh God, Whoopi always has to do this.
It's a great discussion, and we can go back to it. I just need everybody to take a beat.
But being a sacrificial Republican every day,
Well,
I'm just trying
listen,
to.
here's the thing.
Don't feel bad for me,
here's
bitch.
the-
Whoa, did she say that? Oh shit.
just need everybody to take a beat.
But being a sacrificial Republican every day,
Well,
I'm just trying
listen,
to.
here's the thing.
Don't feel bad for me,
here's
bitch.
the-
I hate
Whoa.
Here's the,
Don't feel
all
bad
right,
for me.
Before he headed to Florida,
start calling
hold
each
on.
other bitches.
Here,
Let's-
Joey and I call each other bitch all the time.
We'll be right back.
Let's calm down.
Wow. You know what it is. I mean, look, obviously she's dumb and she sort of,
And she's doing an impossible job. To be
yeah,
fair.
it's impossible. I mean, who could sit on The View and make tens of millions?
What happened to Abby
Oh, well.
Huntsman?
Yeah, what happened to Abby Huntsman? Abby Huntsman, I think Abby Huntsman, if anything, seemed more uncomfortable being associated with Meghan McCain than anything else. But here's the thing. It's like, this is, though, why she's accidentally good, right? Remember how we always say, like, Meghan McCain's sole purpose in life is demonstrating the incredibly damaging and dangerous effects of intergenerational wealth and just, entitlement and trust fund babies in this country, because she's such a deranged, demented narcissist that she actually would say, like, look, I understand maybe there's kids dying in ICE custody, but I have to confront joy every day.
Yeah.
So talk about difficulty.
This is approaching like WWE levels of like just caricaturing her own like lifestyle, where it's like, yeah, I don't like what's going on at the border, but I got to keep my tax credit. And everyone in the car is like, boo. She's just the villain. She's the heel. And she's doing like, I don't know. She's a really good job.
Well, I mean, obviously there's reciprocity, and she's always, and people, she's like tweets out the like, I'm going to keep doing what I'm going to keep doing the like my father and Marie Antoinette shtick. But I don't think it's just a shtick. Like, I do think that this is somebody who is so totally delusional and warped. I mean, look, again, just objectively, if this was, I don't think that we should have the disproportionate outcomes we have in this society, regardless. But it's like, and there's a lot to critique across the board, even of the so-called meritocracy. But you get some, look, Barack Obama gets to be president because, yes, he's got some intelligence and some traits that if you combine that with the right luck and the right social setting, you're going to take off. If Meghan McCain was not her dad's daughter, I mean, you would have absolutely no idea who she is. And she doesn't even have 1% of the self-recognition of that, which, again, really exposes the like, the mentality of these people. Like, why isn't Joy listening to how hard it is for me? Whereas, like, well, I mean, you're talking about the easiest life ever, down to you get paid millions of dollars just to be disgusting on television.
We should just be a bit clear about what it's so hard for her to do.
Right.
The way that she reacts to Joy here, when Joy asks her to clarify, well, who do they hate? What do they hate the same things? Can you be specific just about that point? Meghan McCain says, well, I've already been specific about criticizing the Republicans and like Marco Rubio and Lindsey Graham. Did she criticize Lindsey Graham, or was he on the?
Yeah, she said because he was like an uncle to her. Because of course, even that, it's like Lindsey Graham being a total a shill for Trump and the worst things in America. That's secondary to the fact that he used to like worship her dad.
Right, but so Megan's like, Joy, don't make me spell that out because that will be me criticizing my fan base even more than I already just did. And it's much easier for me to go after, these people that Trump's made everybody hate already than just the average Republican who is just as hateful. Especially if they're
I mean, you're getting the dose. I mean, you're getting to understand who the Republican base is if you go to the Trump rallies. Donald Trump and Meghan McCain have a lot of similarities. I mean, these are two deranged, entitled trust fund babies who think they're stablemates. They think that their own emotional weather patterns should dictate national discourse and politics. And that they're the victims. I mean, Trump says no one's been treated worse in America than him. I mean, I could see Meghan McCain saying that nobody's been treated worse in the history of television.
No one's been sacrificed on television more often than I have been.
No one has had to deal with and other matters as such as me.
And that's virtuous.
That's heroic. It's heroic to get grandfathered into the Ivy League, get an SNL internship, and be a perpetual TV show host, even though your only talent is for making people hate you. And I mean, and what's funny again is bear in mind, like, what she's accidentally great at in terms of creating this viral content is of now. When she first started going on television, there wasn't the same marketplace of like, can we clip Meghan McCain being a complete jackass? There were years where people actually had to pretend that this was like an intelligent person that had something to say other than the fact that they were their father's daughter. Now it's funny because now it does kind of work. Now it's like, oh, she's going to have a bratty meltdown. Then her idiot husband is going to do some like bizarre homophobic rant. I mean, in 2019 in clip culture, it actually does work. But several years ago, could you imagine? We should give this woman a vehicle with Michael Ian Black. I mean, what? I mean, this is, of course, look, Chelsea Clinton got a TV gig, made several $100,000s a year. I think did 2 or 3 hits in a year.
This kid's got Rolodexes.
Yeah. I mean, that's what it is. So capitalism is not good for facilitating talent, folks.